Say hey everybody, Golf House here, and welcome to what I'm hoping is the first episode in a new series, but in all honesty is probably going to be just the one episode. This is uh, I guess you could call it a concept that I'm calling Diamond Dash because I'm completely uncreative. Hopefully by season 2 we'll come up with a better name for it. But this is my attempt at a UHC challenge. I've been watching such illustrious YouTubers as Ichabod and Mr. Sheepco do their UHC thing. I've also seen people like Phineas Rage who don't seem to be as good at it. I'm probably a lot more like him than I am the first two. But there's only one way to find out where I stand in that pecking order, and that's to do a little UHC myself. Now, I don't really want to do UHC the same way that they're doing it. They're playing it with kind of a more traditional Minecraftian goal. They're trying to, defeat the Wither, defeat the Ender Dragon. I wanted to do something a little bit different. And that's where Diamond Dash comes in. If we go ahead and we set up the world, I'm going to go ahead and put my seed in first, because otherwise I will forget. And let's see, we want cheats on because there's some fiddling that we're going to have to do at the beginning. I don't want the bonus chest. I also want to customize my world a little bit. And I'm going to show you a little bit about what I'm doing, and then we'll go into why I'm doing it. So I'm going to come over here to the next page, and because this is a UHC and we're not going to be really building anything, I don't want the pink one, the white one, or the gray one to show up at all. In fact, we're just going to bring these down just to be sure. We want them completely out of the equation. We're also going to come up to the diamond ore, and we're going to move this from 1 to 2, and I'll explain why here in just a little bit again. The lapis lazuli, all of that, pretty much everything else here we can leave the way that it comes. And let's see, everything else is the way that it wants to be, so let's go ahead and create the Diamond Dash 1 world. Now, once we get into the world and the terrain is built and everything is generated, we're going to need to do a little bit of teleporting. And what we're going to do is teleport to 0, 0, and then we're going to set the world spawn there. Okay, so far this looks like a pretty nice place. We've got a roofed forest there, but we are also several hundred blocks away from where I want to be. So to keep myself from dying, let's go ahead and game mode C, and then we will teleport ourselves over to 0, 0. Perfect. We're right in the middle of a birch forest. Now what I want to do here, we're going to go ahead and we are going to set the world spawn right there, and I want to get a chest, bada boom, and some nether fence because why not? And we're gonna come out over here, put the chest there, put the fence there, chest there, and then just to make it look a little bit nicer, we will break all this. I'm also going to go ahead and grab some torches just for decoration. Let's use redstone torches. Why the heck not? So, you may be wondering what all of this is about. Well, here's the way that Diamond Dash is going to work. We are going to be spreading ourselves out to a random spot in the world. We're not going to know where, but it's going to be pretty far away. And our task is simple. Get diamonds, bring them back to 0, 0, and put them in this chest. Now there's a couple of other rules that have to be taken into account. The first one, because this is a UHC, we will go ahead and set the natural regeneration Oh, am I doing that right? I thought it was do natural regeneration. We'll make that false. Okay, so now we're in UHC mode. The next thing that we need to do, and this is where it's going to get tricky. Remember, I have to get back to 0, 0. You can see by my F3 that I'm already there, but you're not going to see it for very long, because the next rule that we're going to change is the reduced debug info. So I'm going to have to make it back to 0, 0 without the benefit of the F3 screen. I will probably hit F3 about 1 billion times in this, and each time that I do, it's going to be worthless. There are some other rules that we are going to be taking part in as well. For one, there will be no use of beds. I am not going to be able to sleep the night away in this UHC challenge. When the sun goes down, I either have to fight the zombies or get underground. Also, because this is under UHC rules, the normal rules against branch mining will apply. I can stair-step down to find caves and do all that, but going down to level 11 and just digging in a straight line is not okay. I think I've just about covered everything. So the one thing that I do want to do is this. I'm going to go ahead and put it in peaceful for now because I need to make it night. Actually, you know what? I don't even need to do that. I can just set it to day. I don't know what I'm thinking. Maybe I'm getting a little bit nervous. We're going to be on normal difficulty, so if we run into any mine shafts, we do have to put up with cave spiders poisoning us. So we do have that to contend with. So I think the only thing there is left to do is go back into survival Minecraft mode, make sure my inventory is clear. We'll reset the day clock, and then we will go ahead and spread our players. Now this is a fairly complex command, so I always need the little help system to do it. I'm going to go up to 2,000 blocks out. I think I have to do this. I have to do a true, and I have to do a golf house. Okay, so when this gets sent, we're going to go UHCing, and our adventure starts now. I don't know about you guys, but I'm really nervous about this. Where is it gonna put me? I keep falling. Am I gonna go into the void? I don't know. I don't have F3 to see how deep we're falling. Okay, so we're clearly pretty far away from 0, 0 if it's taking this long for the world to render. Oh, is that improvement? I don't think it is. Okay, we've made it. And it looks like we are in a jungle. Not the best of starts. A little bit of block lag. We've got a little bit of food here. Now, I haven't really talked about the nether at all. The nether is it is available to us, but remember, without any kind of navigation, that's going to be real hard to handle. So, and we can't, I should point this out, I cannot use the nether to get back to 0, 0 real easily. So none of that, you know, trying to figure out where 0, 0 is, building a nether portal, and then using that the rest of the way. That's a little bit too cheaty for UHC. So I'm going to go ahead and do my normal wood punching that you normally do in these situations, but I'm in a jungle, so this is not going to be the most productive wood punching that we could get. Now, in some of the practice runs that I've been doing for this, because I have to practice, I can't just go into this blind, in some of the other maps, I have found that it's pretty much a good idea to get as much wood as possible in the first day, do a little bit of animal killing to get some food, and then going underground is pretty much your next step from there. Yeah, these things are not decomposing on their own at all because it's a jungle. So I think our best bet is to leave that behind. We've got a little bit of wood, but I think we need to find our way out of here. Now, I could be moving towards 0, I could be moving away from it. I really have no way to know for sure. Okay, we're coming out into a desert, so let's go ahead and get started with our crafting of things. And the reason why I want to do that is because out in the desert there's a pretty fair chance that we are going to run into a desert temple. Now, a desert temple is going to be incredibly helpful for us, mainly because there's usually a bunch of gold in there, but also because I believe there is the rare diamond or two. So we'll go ahead and chop this tree down, and of course I've chosen to chop down one of these giant trees where you've got to get all of the wood, and if you leave anything behind, it's real difficult to get any of it to despawn. Yay. Tell you what, you guys probably would like to see this go a lot faster, so I'll do that. Okay, so overall we've done pretty well. The tree is decomposing pretty quickly. We've already got 3 apples, which is fantastic, and I've got my full set of stone gear. And I have a feeling that I'm going to run out of pickaxe pretty quickly, so we're going to go ahead and collect that. I'm going to go ahead and break this down, and yeah, I don't think we're going to get much further with these guys. Getting 3 apples out of 1 tree is pretty great. Now I have to be a little bit careful here in the desert because we only have 6 watermelons to serve as food. And I just heard a skeleton. There's a little cave system here, but that's not what I'm trying to go after. I'm trying to go after a temple. And look at that. There we go. I don't know if this is going to be real ideal or not, going into the temple at night. I don't have any coal, so I can't make any torches to go in there and really light the place up. We've got some caves there. We can explore those at some point. I think what I'm going to do is kind of walk around the building and see if I hear any critters down there. Let's peek down. There's a mushroom. Do we hear anything? It doesn't sound like we do. So let's go ahead and get in here. If we can get in before anything spawns, then we'll be too close for anything to spawn while we do our work. Okay, so we've got, tell you what, I'm going to break these down. Didn't want to break all of them down, but truth of the matter is we have got to seal this up pretty tight. And I want to come in here and get that done too. As long as we stay in the middle, we should be okay. So let's go ahead and get our bench down, make us a furnace, and get some torches going. Those are red mushrooms. Red mushrooms could come in helpful later on. So let's go ahead and maybe we'll put 5 in. Let's put 6 in. I think we can get that going. Alright, so we've got some charcoal brewing. There we go. Let's go ahead and light this place up a bit. Like I said, I think we should be okay, but it never hurts to torch it up anyway. And we'll come down here and get that. Perfect. Okay, so now the only other thing that we're going to have to worry about is whether or not anything is spawned down in the treasure area. So let's go ahead and look for that. Didn't get all of that, but we did get us a few more torches. That'll do for right now. Let's go ahead and put some there and there just to light the place up. You know what, I'm going to come over here and stick them there and there too. And these are the entrances out. So let's block those up. Perfect. Alright. Let's head down and see what we can find. Okay, there's no critters down there, so we should be okay. Let's go ahead and break that, because that would be the shortest and stupidest ending to a UHC ever. I'm also hearing critters. We heard the zombie. Thought I also heard a skeleton. We're going to break this just so that it's out of the way and we're not worried about it anymore. We'll go ahead and put some sandstone down to block that, and let's see what we've got. Some iron and some bones. The iron is helpful, the bones not so much. A book with smite. Now that's going to be interesting. I could put that on a sword, and that will help us against a number of critters. We also have another piece of iron and some bones. Some more bones, some rotten flesh, and a saddle. Okay, an iron and more rotten flesh. So this has not proven to be a terribly exciting temple for us. But the fact is, we do have some opportunities to go cave hunting. And if I'm listening to my headphones correctly, they're over here. Let's have a look and see. Oh yeah, they are close. Close at hand. pretty much sound like they are right at our level. Let's come over here and do a little poking. Nothing there. Oh man, so close I can smell them. Why do they smell like chicken? That's weird. Alright, so we're going to try going up, because now that I'm listening to them a little bit more, I think... Yeah, they're getting louder as I go up. So let's do these, one of these. Okay, this could be my first big UHC mistake here. Anybody? Nope, nobody yet. Okay, so we will come up this way and put that there. Man, they're so close. Where are you, jerks? They're in this direction, I think. I think we found them. Let's see what we can see without making it super easy for them to get to us. This is... Okay, blocks on the bar. Oh, this is the opening. I think we've been spotted. Okay, but this is not a cave. This is an opening out to the top. So that's not the best. But I also don't think that it was necessarily what we heard down here. Because what we heard down here is a lot different. I mean, we're down here at the bottom. Let's go this way. We'll do this for a little bit. And then, if we don't find anyone... Torch placement. Let's handle our torch placement better. Okay, so let's come out here. Aha! This looks a bit more promising, but it goes up too. Okay, so clearly... Well, you know what? I think what we found is that this temple here has a lot of caves around it. Maybe it even spawned in a cave. That's probably kind of what happened. Is there was a cave in the terrain, and this temple kind of spawned on top of it. So we're gonna go. You know what? I'm gonna need that cobble later. Let's do this a little bit differently. Let's put our sandstone down, because this sandstone is going to be worthless in about 2 seconds. Let's go ahead and fill that in. Let's see what the daylight situation is. Still dark. So we'll come over here and let's take a look at our situation. We got precisely 0 gold, which is fantastic. We did get the Smite book, which is a little bit helpful for us. And really, that was about it. I'm going to hold on to the saddle, but let's be honest, we're not going to be using a saddle. We have very limited use for a saddle in this UHC. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to ditch some things. We'll ditch the pressure plate. We'll ditch the clay. I'm going to hold on to the rest of this. Yeah. Seeds. Yeah, we don't need seeds. Might use those trees later on, especially now that we have bones to bone meal them with in case our apple supply goes down. Don't need a chest. And as much as I'd like to say that I'm going to use the TNT, we're better off just letting that despawn. Now I am, for at least the time being, going to keep the rotten flesh here because our food situation is a little grim. You can see we're already down 5 hunger niblets. I'm going to go ahead and eat 2 of those. Now one of the things that we do have kind of in our favor is that we don't necessarily need to worry about being at full hunger because we're in UHC mode. So being at full hunger doesn't really get us anywhere. Okay, so the sun is out. The only thing I have to worry about now is creepers. So let's make a run for it. Oh! Get away, get away. I went to scratch my nose and that creeper made his presence known. Is he still coming? No, I think we shook him. Man, 4 creepers. I could not have walked out into a worse situation than that. Okay, so let's go trekking across the desert here and see if we can come upon another temple or maybe a village. A village would be nice because we could use some food. So let's do this super fast. Hark! What goes there? It's not out in the desert, but it is a village, so there might be some food opportunities available to us. I'm gonna go ahead and nosh on some of this rotten flesh. It is going to give me some hunger issues, but that is not going to be a concern for very long, thanks to our piggy friends here. Now, unlike a lot of UHCs where it ends up being real competitive and you're fighting to kill other people, I'm under no obligation to go hoarding a bunch of food. In fact, because there's always the possibility that I may end up back here, we may want to leave some of that food open. That is dangerous, but there is iron down there. So one of the things that I didn't talk about in the intro is what happens when we get back to the chest. And that's where things I think are going to get interesting. You see, in this wow. You know what, maybe I should just stop moving but while I try to explain my train of thought here, because this village is just as dangerous as those creepers were. And yeah, it doesn't seem to have a blacksmith either, which is great. Anyway, what happens when we reach the chest at 0-0? Well, any diamonds that I have on me will be immediately put back into the chest, and we will do the spread player command again to get moving. I don't really need the wheat. However, before we do that spread player command, something very important is going to happen. We are going to get rid of our entire inventory and leave it at 0-0. So every time that we send diamonds back to 0-0 and put them in the chest, we start over at the beginning in a completely random area. As my 5-year-old daughter would say, dun dun dun. Yeah, how you like them apples? That's a surprise plot twist. Is that a 2-headed pig up there? Oh my god, it's a... Oh, no, it's just 2 pigs. I thought we had a weird genetic mutation there. That was kind of creepy. I don't even think I want those pigs. You live, because you were a 2-headed pig for a little while there, and that was just gross. So I'm gonna go ahead, because I haven't cooked up this these pork chops or this or these potatoes yet. I'm gonna go ahead and finish off this rotten flesh. I hear a zombie. It's a baby zombie. That's bad because they can chase me out into the sun. That was a really weird little village over there, kind of tucked into the ravine. Do we see anything down there? It's probably way too high to have diamonds. So now, anyway, as we've kind of explained what the rules of the diamond dash are, I think maybe you kind of see why I doubled up on the number of diamonds that generate in caves. Because we can't do any strip mining, they're going to be pretty rare. It's going to be incredibly hard to locate that to locate those diamond ores, and that's really what this diamond dash is all about. It's all about finding diamond ores and grabbing them. Where are we as far as the day? We are in the middle of the day, so I think we're still good to kind of wander a little bit. Now, is that the temple that we just went to? I think it is. Yeah, because that's the way that we came. So I don't need to go that way. We're going to have to eventually come up with some kind of a system for identifying villages and temples that we've already explored, because if I'm successful and we drop off several diamonds in the first go, then there's a good chance that we might be coming across this terrain again, and there's no sense in getting all excited about areas that we've already been. My food situation's getting a little bit precarious. I'm now out of zombie flesh, so our free food is gone. Some interesting terrain over here. Is this a desert village, or is this just really blocky sand? Yep, really blocky sand. Fantastic. All right, let's go a little bit fast here. That is a very majestic looking hill over there, but it's not really showing me a lot of food sources. The sun is going down though, and we have got to get ourselves underground. We have no coal for torches, no coal to smelt this up. We used up all of our charcoal in making up. Well, we used all of our charcoal in making torches, but all you have to do is really just say you need coal, and some magically appears. Thanks, Dinnerbone. So let's go ahead and mine this up. And I think it's going to be a good time for us to go underground. So let's go ahead and build ourselves a little hut here. Come down, we will protect ourselves with cobblestone, put down a torch, and I think that's where we're going to end this first episode. I hope, wow, super close up. I hope you've enjoyed playing along with me here. We've made it one episode without dying, guys. That's fantastic. Tune in the next episode, and maybe that was a little too close. Maybe we won't die again. See you guys later.